A lonely man discovers a mysterious dating app and decides to try his luck. When he meets a beautiful woman there, at first, he thinks it will just be a casual encounter. But instead, he finds himself trapped in a deadly game of manipulation where reality is no longer what it seems. In her kitchen, Anna is busy preparing dinner when she receives a call from her husband, Josh. With a voice full of excuses, Josh explains that he's stuck in traffic and will be late coming home. Although annoyed, Anna tries to accept his explanation and refocuses on her cooking. After waiting patiently for quite some time, Josh finally arrives home. Slightly out of breath, he immediately apologizes. Anna, still upset, gives him a sharp look accompanied by a warm greeting before inviting him to the dining table. While eating, Josh tries to lighten the mood by complimenting Anna's cooking. But suddenly, Josh notices something odd and asks why Anna seems nervous. Nervously, Anna brushes off the question, but her behavior becomes even more suspicious when Josh accidentally drops a wine glass. Anna's anger finally explodes. She grabs Josh's phone and immediately accuses him of cheating. After being pressed, Josh reluctantly admits that he has indeed been having an affair with his assistant. This confession breaks Anna's heart, leaving her to mourn their crumbling marriage. However, amidst the despair, Josh tries to make things right. With an emotional tone, Josh says he just wanted to make Anna feel special in a way she had never felt before. That night, they talked to each other, and without them realizing it, all those moments were recorded by the home security cameras. The next morning, as Josh was getting ready to leave, a sharply dressed man suddenly entered the house. Josh was shocked and confused. Before he could ask any questions, the man coldly warned him that he was in serious trouble. Just then, Anna appeared and began speaking calmly. The man turned out to be Anna's actual husband, Tom. The atmosphere grew tense as Tom approached Josh with a threatening look in his eyes. Panicking, Josh tried to explain, but before he could finish his sentence, Anna came up from behind. With a cloth soaked in some substance, she caused Josh to lose consciousness. When Josh woke up a few hours later, he found himself in the bathroom, with Anna casually sitting nearby. Still dazed and scared, Josh demanded an explanation from her. Anna calmly explained that her actions were meant to protect him from Tom's wrath. But behind it all, Anna revealed a shocking truth. Tom, her husband, had been watching them the entire time through the home security cameras. What's even crazier, Tom actually enjoyed seeing Anna with other men. As Josh grasped the absurdity of the situation, Anna casually mentioned the app where they had met. She added, "That app really attracts people like us. Definitely not the most honorable folks in the world." A few days earlier, Josh had received a call from his friend, Mark, who sounded incredibly excited. Mark told him about a dating app called Love Bomb, claiming it was perfect for finding someone without too much commitment. Josh, who was still trying to recover from a breakup with Tara, could only chuckle and admit he wasn't ready to dive back into the dating scene yet. But Mark wouldn't give up. With enthusiasm, Mark started sharing his exciting experiences with the app and kept pushing Josh to give it a shot. "Come on, bro," Mark urged. "She's moved on. Now it's your turn." Although hesitant at first, Josh eventually gave in. A few hours after that call, Josh downloaded Love Bomb. Not long after, he matched with a woman named Anna. For their first meeting, Anna proposed something rather unusual. She suggested that Josh play the role of her husband. In the scenario, Josh would arrive late, confess to having an affair, and then they would spend time together. It sounded strange at first, but for some reason, Josh agreed. Back in the bathroom after the incident, Anna began explaining everything in a calm tone. She said that her husband, Tom, enjoyed watching her role play with other men. The scenario they acted out that night, she explained, was part of that ritual. Still confused, Josh shook his head slightly. "But Tom didn't look happy when he saw me," he protested. Anna just gave a small smile and explained, "It's all part of our game. Tom watches, but there's one condition. Afterward, he punishes the men who sleep with me." Josh's feelings became more mixed. "Have you done this before?" he asked. Anna hesitated before finally admitting, "Only twice." That answer didn't reassure Josh. It only made him more uneasy. "And," Josh pressed further, "what happened to the two men before me?" Anna's face turned slightly pale. In a voice that was almost a whisper, she answered vaguely, "Things got out of hand." She said she never meant to drag Josh into this situation. With a voice that was almost desperate, she promised they would find a way out together. But when Anna asked if Josh trusted her, he accused her of being complicit in Tom's plan. Anna shook her head firmly. She insisted that Tom wasn't a bad person, just someone with big issues who needed help. Even so, she admitted that she still loved her husband. The tension between them was broken by the sound of a loud knock at the door. Anna froze immediately, fear clear on her face. Realizing the situation was getting worse, Josh quickly took the initiative. He lay down on the floor, pretending to be unconscious, hoping it would be enough to save them both. Josh slowly opened his eyes and tried to sit up. Before he could grasp the situation, Tom was already there, watching him with a sharp gaze. "I heard you two talking earlier," Tom said with a mocking tone, then glanced at Josh's outfit from head to toe. "Pretty cheap to sleep with a rich man's wife, huh?" His smile was full of sarcasm. Anna tried to interject, but Tom silenced her with a firm command, making Josh even more uncomfortable. Surprisingly, Tom then invited Josh downstairs for a drink. Downstairs, Tom placed a gun on the table deliberately, as if to assert his dominance. Without rushing, he poured brandy into 2 glasses, casually talking at length about his love for the drink. Josh, standing stiffly, could only stare nervously at the gun. His eyes remained fixed on it while Tom casually raised a toast. "Just drink," Tom said, but Josh refused. Not long after, Anna joined them. Tom immediately began a monologue about how Anna had broken his heart repeatedly. In a sarcastic tone, he admitted that he used to vent his anger but now preferred politeness. Even so, the wicked expression on his face never disappeared, keeping Josh on edge. Josh finally took a sip of the brandy with trembling hands, trying to steady his thoughts. The slight courage lifted by the alcohol prompted Josh to speak. "Can I leave now?" he asked cautiously. However, Tom flatly refused. Instead, he asked, "Has Anna told you what I do for a living?" Josh shook his head. A mix of curiosity and tension filled his mind. Annoyed, Tom began to explain. Tom revealed that he was a producer for reality TV shows. Casually, Tom admitted that all of his shows were fake, but he claimed they were still safer than modern dating apps. Tom even criticized dating platforms, accusing them of being breeding grounds for lies and infidelity, even though he himself had met Anna through a dating site. His words only left Josh feeling more confused. As the conversation grew more heated, Josh's eyes couldn't stray from the gun on the table. Tom noticed and, with a challenging tone, said, "Go ahead, take it if you dare." But Josh knew it was a trap. Instead of grabbing the gun, he chose to run. Josh sprinted toward the door, hoping to escape this crazy situation. However, the door was securely locked. Tom just gave a cold smile. "The security system in this house is very advanced," he said. "Without the access code, no one gets out." Josh started to panic, realizing he was truly trapped. Desperately, he tried to play on Tom's emotions. "I didn't know Anna was married," he said softly. "If I had known, I never would have gone near her. I know what it feels like to be betrayed, and I would never do that to someone else." Josh spoke with genuine pain, trying to reach Tom's heart. But would it be enough to save him? Desperately, Josh pleaded with Tom again. "I promise. I won't tell anyone. Please, just let me go," he said, full of hope. Tom listened, and while he seemed to understand a bit of Josh's past, his cold demeanor didn't waver. With a calm yet intimidating voice, Tom said, "Unfortunately, I still want to see you suffer." To prove his seriousness, Tom grabbed the pistol near him. Feeling out of options, Josh ran upstairs and locked himself in one of the rooms. But Tom only gave a thin smile as he calmly climbed the stairs. Tom knew he had full control. With the gun in his hand, he warned that any attempt to escape would only make things worse. Suddenly, Anna appeared through a hidden side door. With quick movements, Anna motioned for Josh to follow her. They slipped into a nearby room, out of Tom's view. But amidst his panic, Josh snapped. "How can you live with someone like that?" he shouted in frustration. "Why do women like you always end up with guys like Tom or like my ex who left me?" Anna let out a long sigh, then responded in a weary tone. "I never imagined living like this either," she said softly. Anna began explaining how Tom used to be an amazing man. Everything changed after we got married. His true nature only came out then, and by that time it was too late to leave. When Josh suggested that Anna divorce Tom, she immediately shot him a sharp look. "You've seen for yourself, Josh. Do you really think I can just walk away from a man like him?" she asked bitterly. Disappointment was written all over Anna's face. "All men are the same. In the end, none of them are truly good," she said with a bitter tone. Josh disagreed. "I'm different," he said firmly. "I'll help you get out of this, Anna. I promise." With renewed determination, Josh followed the path Anna had used earlier and made his way back to the living room. He set his sights on the locked front door. Without thinking, Josh grabbed a chair and threw it at the door. But the chair bounced back, striking him and knocking him down in pain. Not long after, Tom found him. His smile was terrifying, and sometime later Josh woke up in an even worse situation. Josh found himself strapped to a terrifying contraption. He was without his pants, with a throbbing pain in his forehead. Tom, wearing a cold expression, pressed hard on Josh's wound, forcing him to scream in pain. "Say the safe word and I'll stop," Tom said. Josh was confused. "I don't even know what the safe word is," he yelled. Tom glanced at Anna, who just shrugged without saying a word. His smirk deepened. "You thought you'd last longer, didn't you?" he sneered. As Tom searched for another tool to heighten the torment, Josh pleaded again. "I'll do whatever you want. Just let me go." Tom moved closer, his eyes icy. "I want my dignity back, Josh, but since that's impossible, I'll take yours instead." Tom picked up an adult toy, ready to humiliate Josh further, but suddenly Tom paused. With a contemplative look, he reached for another device nearby. It was a stun gun. He handed the device to Anna and commanded, "You do it." Anna held the device hesitantly, while Josh could only watch in growing terror. With a heavy heart, Anna placed the device on Josh's private area and handed the controller back to Tom. As the reality of the situation sank in, Josh panicked and screamed for help, but Tom merely chuckled, reminding him, "This room is soundproof, buddy. No one's going to hear." Feeling utterly hopeless, Josh began murmuring his ex's name, Tara, repeatedly in a frightened daze. That made Tom hesitate for a moment. A flicker of doubt briefly crossed his face. Seeing the opportunity, Anna tried to diffuse the situation with a whisper that sounded more like a seductive suggestion. "Hey, it's just part of the game, right? Go on." There was something in their conversation that triggered a bad feeling in Josh. He finally asked directly, "Are you two even really married?" The question made Tom pause for a moment, unable to give a clear answer. The doubt in his eyes only fueled Josh's suspicion. Before Josh could push further, Anna took control of the situation. With a sinister smile, she grabbed the controller and switched it on. The shock made Josh scream in pain. Even Tom winced at the sight. The truth was, Tom was nothing more than a failed actor. After being rejected from a role on a TV show about struggling actors, he was forced to return to bartending. While sharing his story with his friend Hampton, Tom admitted that all his failures might stem from his inability to move on from his ex-wife. The breakup had left him struggling to focus, especially since his ex was now married to a successful actor. Hampton then suggested a dating app called Love Bomb, claiming it was a place to find a partner and also practice acting. Though skeptical at first, Tom eventually gave in and downloaded the app. It didn't take long for him to meet Anna, a woman who seemed attractive and a bit mysterious. As they chatted, Anna revealed that her husband enjoyed role-playing. She proposed a fantasy idea. Tom would play the role of a psychopathic husband punishing the man who had an affair with his wife. Her husband, who was actually Josh, would unknowingly be the victim. When Tom first showed up at Anna's house and faced Josh, he genuinely believed this was just part of a role-playing scenario. Even when Anna knocked Josh unconscious, Tom felt a bit uneasy, but Anna reassured him it was all part of her husband's fantasy. However, as the game went on, Tom started to feel something was off. Watching Anna so casually torture Josh, Tom grew increasingly uneasy and began to question the safety of it all. "This has gone too far," he protested. Anna shot him a sharp look and mocked, "Stay in character, or you're out of this game." Eventually, Tom realized the horrifying truth. Josh wasn't Anna's husband. He was just another victim of Anna's twisted scheme. Overcome with guilt, Tom decided it was time to act. As Anna tried to take further control, Tom attempted to stop her, but hesitated to use force against a woman. When Tom reached for the controller, Anna struck him hard across the face, causing him to stagger. With no other choice, Tom grabbed a nearby shovel and hit Anna, knocking her unconscious. Afterward, Tom quickly freed Josh, apologizing as he did. They eventually teamed up to try to escape. But when Josh suggested calling an emergency hotline, Tom realized his phone was missing. They were trapped in an increasingly dire situation, unsure of who they could trust. That day, everything took a drastic turn after Josh fell from his chair. Tom and Anna dragged him into the punishment room, their expressions revealing this wasn't the first time they'd done something like this. However, as time passed, Tom began to feel uneasy. He glanced at Josh, who was starting to look frail, and considered seeking help. But before Tom could act, Anna distracted him with her sly seduction. While Tom was momentarily off guard, Anna quickly stole his phone, leaving them with no means of communication. Without any way to call for help, Tom and Josh had to find another way out. However, their attempts to unlock the doors kept failing, causing Josh to begin losing hope. On the other hand, Tom refused to give up. He tried to convince Josh that they were two men who could team up against one woman. In the midst of the tense situation, their conversation turned into a heartfelt exchange. Josh shared about his chaotic love life, while Tom got carried away and opened up about his own sorrows. With a bitter tone, Tom talked about his son, Devon, who was now happily living in Cannes with his ex-wife's new partner, a life Tom felt he could never provide. That moment deepened their bond, despite the dire circumstances. However, their connection was quickly interrupted by Anna's voice suddenly echoing through the speakers. In a mocking tone, Anna ridiculed their stories. She even claimed that their inability to accept the situation reflected their discomfort with a woman being in a position of power. Yet beneath her taunts was a veiled threat that Anna wasn't done with her game. Tom, fed up, snapped back. He called Anna out, saying she wasn't a true feminist, but a psychopath who enjoyed making others suffer. Hearing this, Anna let out a cold laugh, reminding them that they had agreed to take part in this experiment. That statement made Tom and Josh realize they needed to act fast. Whispering to each other, they planned their next move, hoping Anna couldn't hear them. But Anna remained one step ahead. From the control room, she mocked Tom for not locking his phone. Anna played a video of Devon, full of warmth, which only enraged Tom further. With a sarcastic tone, Anna pretended to ask for advice on what reply she should send before revealing she had already sent a cruel message to Devon in Tom's name. That pushed Tom over the edge. Furious, he stormed toward Anna's room, despite Josh warning him it was likely a trap. As Tom approached the door, Anna was already waiting, armed with a bow and arrow. She shot an arrow straight into Tom's chest, sending him to the ground. Josh rushed to Tom's side, desperately trying to help. In his final moments, Tom weakly asked about his acting career. Josh, though panicked, tried to comfort him with sincere praise. Tom gave a faint smile before succumbing to his wounds. Watching this, Anna stood with a cold expression. She told Josh that his chance had come. Anna calmly prepared her weapon and began counting down. In that moment, Anna also revealed a shocking truth. She was the creator and CEO of the Love Bomb app. Anna remembered a meeting the day before when one of her employees, Jared, had suggested a premium feature that would allow users to pay for better visibility. But with her cold attitude, Anna rejected the idea without explanation. When Jared asked why, Anna simply stated that as the CEO, she didn't need to justify her decisions. Jared tried to argue that the premium tier could help filter out dangerous users in order to protect the women on their platform, but Anna flatly rejected his idea. She insisted that the assumption that all women just wanted safe connections was completely wrong. According to her, Love Bomb wasn't a dating app for serious relationships. It was a place to explore desires without the baggage of safety or commitment. After the meeting, Anna spoke with her assistant, Rachel. She said she wanted to fire Jared, but needed a strong reason. Without hesitation, Rachel mentioned the incident where Jared had made an unwanted advance on Cassie, a new employee. Seeing an opportunity, Anna told Rachel to make sure Cassie filed an official complaint with her. At the same time, Anna received a text message from Josh, confirming that their plan was going smoothly. After replying, Anna instructed Rachel to clear her schedule for the next day. A dark plan had already been set in motion. Then, while searching for Josh, Anna noticed something suspicious, a pair of shoes sticking out from behind the kitchen counter. As she got closer, Anna realized that the cutting knife in the kitchen was missing. Josh must have taken it. When she tried to talk to him, Anna pretended to side with Josh over Tom, but quickly forgot the false pretense. She aimed her weapon at the shoes, but when she looked closer, all she found were empty shoes. Feeling betrayed, Anna scanned the room with a look of pure rage. The tension in the air grew, and Anna vented her hatred towards men. Suddenly, Josh appeared from his hiding spot and stabbed Anna in the leg with the knife. In pain, Anna still managed to shoot Josh, wounding him in the lower back. As Josh lay there in pain, Anna aimed her weapon for the final shot. But before she could pull the trigger, Josh weakly asked, "Why did you become like this?" He tried to dig for some empathy, suggesting that they help each other heal from their emotional wounds. But those words didn't have any effect. With a cold tone, Anna replied, "You'll never understand." She then revealed that she had already killed the only person responsible for her pain all this time. Realizing that arguing was pointless, Josh lunged at Anna and knocked her to the ground. In the fierce struggle, Josh almost won, gripping Anna's neck with all his strength. However, Anna managed to grab an arrow and drive it into Josh's neck. As Josh lay there, blood pouring from his wound, Anna stared at his body coldly. But suddenly, Tom appeared behind her, attacking Anna and stabbing her with an arrow. In their final moments, both of them collapsed, blood flooding the floor. As they lay dying, Anna revealed something shocking. She said that she had never sent a cruel message to Tom's son. Instead, she had sent a loving message, assuring the boy that his father loved him very much. Hearing that, Tom whispered, "Thank you," in a barely audible voice. As they neared the end of their lives, Anna gave a faint smile and said softly, "Maybe I'm not that bad." Shortly after, Tom took his last breath, followed by Anna. This tragic drama ended with all three of its main characters losing their lives.